The Vision attacks and implodes after CM Punk wins WWE Raw #1 Contender main event. On the October 13th, 2025 episode of WWE Raw, fans witnessed one of the most chaotic and shocking endings of the year. The main event saw CM Punk defeat Jey Uso and LA Knight in a thrilling triple threat match to become the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. The contest was filled with high energy, close calls, and crowd engagement that showcased the chemistry and star power of all three men. However, the celebration that followed quickly turned into bedlam. As Punk celebrated his hard-fought victory, he was suddenly ambushed, not just by his opponents, but by the Vision, a mysterious persona or faction that has been quietly making its presence felt on Raw in recent weeks. The assault was brutal and deliberate, leaving Punk laid out and the audience stunned. Just when it seemed the chaos had peaked, Seth Rollins, the reigning World Heavyweight Champion, rushed to the ring, perhaps to help Punk or confront him. Instead, the situation took a shocking turn as Bron Breakker delivered a thunderous spear to Rollins, signaling an apparent betrayal. Moments later, Bronson Reed entered the fray, crushing Rollins with his devastating Tsunami finisher, cementing the sense that a mutiny was unfolding before everyone's eyes. The night ended with Paul Heyman standing tall in the ring, raising the hands of both Breakker and Reed as Breakker held Rollins' championship high. Heyman's trademark smirk told the story. A new power structure was forming on Raw, one that could completely reshape WWE's balance of power. In this unfolding narrative, several key figures stand at the center. CM Punk, now the top contender, finds his path to the championship clouded by interference, manipulation, and danger at every turn. Jey Uso and LA Knight, though defeated, remain credible threats and could continue to play roles in this growing web of chaos, especially if the Vision expands its reach. The faction itself remains shrouded in mystery, its motives and leadership unclear, but its involvement in the implosion suggests it's a catalyst for a much larger struggle within the Raw roster. Seth Rollins, the self-proclaimed visionary, may now face betrayal by the very concept or entity he inspired, turning his own branding into a psychological weapon against him. Bron Breakker's shocking heel turn could be the defining moment of his career, propelling him into the main event scene under the guidance of Paul Heyman, while Bronson Reed's alignment with them solidifies his place as the faction's powerhouse. As always, Heyman's role as the manipulative strategist is unmistakable. His raising of Breakker and Reed's arms was more than symbolic, it was the birth of a new era. The implications of this angle are massive. Punk's rise as the #1 contender injects new life into the World Heavyweight Championship picture, setting up a blockbuster feud with Rollins. Yet, with the Vision's interference, Punk's momentum is at risk before the match even happens, creating tension and unpredictability in the weeks ahead. The formation of a Heyman-led alliance featuring Breakker and Reed points to the emergence of a dominant heel faction, one that could become Raw's answer to the Bloodline. Rollins, despite being champion, now finds himself surrounded by enemies on all sides, forced to defend both his title and his legacy against internal betrayal and external challengers. The Vision's transformation from Rollins' moniker into a living, breathing faction adds a poetic twist. The visionary undone by his own creation. From a storytelling perspective, WWE delivered a masterclass in suspense and long-term plotting. The overlapping storylines, betrayals, and power shifts have fans questioning everything. Is Paul Heyman orchestrating a hostile takeover of Raw? Could Rollins and Punk be forced into an uneasy alliance before their inevitable clash? And will the Vision grow into a faction capable of rivaling dominant forces like the Bloodline or Judgment Day? The answers remain uncertain, but one thing is clear. WWE has set the stage for a deeply layered, emotionally charged storyline that will dominate discussions heading into Survivor Series and beyond.